Perhaps I owe it to my audience to clear up the confusion about why I'm Missy sometimes and Bryce at other times. I'm not schizophrenic. That is not the reason for this. My real name is Bryce, and I am the fourth generation of Bryces from Arkansas. I'm also happy to be with my oldest daughter, who is Bryce Sims, and my granddaughter, Isabel Bryce, that you may be hearing in the background because she knows me as my Turkish grandmother named Nine. So I'm sure she's wondering what I'm doing up here. But I'm glad you're here, Isabel, and I'm glad you are our sixth generation of Bryces. But in Arkansas, I'm Missy. I'm delighted to be back in Arkansas. I'm so happy to be back at Hendrix. And little did I know, and did I realize, that the thread of continuity in my professional life began at Hendrix. I was fascinated in 1963 when Philip Johnson, an architect, had the concept of an underground library that would preserve the campus as a spacious, beautiful area. My involvement also in the drama department, the presentations by my professors, Ella Merle Shanks and Rosemary Hindenburg, not only allowed me to star in vertically challenged roles, but I also love the costumes, the scenery, and the history underlying the playwrights that we reenacted, like Chekhov, Ibsen, Shakespeare. And the reason for my remark about the vertically challenged thing is that I was very short, petite, and whenever there was a role for a child, I would get drafted. And so my first performance was as Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker, and Ella Merle Shanks said to me, "Oh, come on and do it, Missy. You only have one line." That line was water. Also, I was involved through Key Club with the Children's Colony, a facility for mentally challenged teenagers, both before and after the 1964 tornado that ripped through it and destroyed a great deal of it. My volunteer work there made me realize that I really wanted to do something to help people. What my life's work has become is helping people recapture their histories and their memories through their historic textiles and buildings. My journey to accept the Odyssey Award last year was preempted by Hurricanes Gustav and Ike. And my husband, Alan Casby, and I were still having to clear debris from our special project called Bell Alliance Plantation because of the damage done by the storm. Our workmen estimated that they hauled over 40 tons of limbs and debris to the highway before completing the job the week before Christmas. So last year, I just could not deal with the Odyssey program. I appreciate being reissued. Also, I'm the oldest person in this group. Everybody's chatting about, I'm 1980s. And when were you here, Missy? I graduated in 1966. And Billy Fox, if I see him, I'm going to fuss at him because he's older than I am, and he should be here. Now, having said that, I would like to thank the president, the board of trustees, and Hendrix College for entrusting me with this award now. As a special projects recipient, I'm happy to explain that I'm involved in many areas of preservation, specifically textiles and architecture. My company, Gentle Arts Textile Service, has operated in New Orleans for 33 years. Now, Gentle Arts, to me, when I dreamed this up, was pretty straightforward. Gentle Arts. We work on delicate things. I'd like to share with you a couple of the phone calls I have had in the years. The first one being, "Hello, are you a massage parlor?" No, we work on textiles. And then my all-time favorite was a wintry Saturday afternoon in November, and I got a call from a gentleman he's from Pittsburgh, and he says, "Hello, I need a wife." I said, "Excuse me? This is Gentle Arts Textile Restoration." And he said, "This isn't Yentle Arts?" I swear I'm not making that up. However, I practice textile conservation on a myriad projects such as ceremonial clothing, christening dresses and wedding gowns, academic regalia such as we see here on the stage, Zulu king's caps, buffalo fur medicine men's helmets, Governor Ross Barnett's tie, it had a soup stain on it, President Zachary Taylor's military uniform and hat, Jefferson Davis's cape that he was captured in, and one of my all-time favorites was the Kentucky Fried Chicken Colonel. We got to work on his white wool suit with the finger-licking good stains. I've also gotten to work on Pete Sampras's tennis shirt, and my all-time favorite, restoring Empress Josephine's coronation train from 1805. I also work with museums and auction houses as an appraiser. But after Katrina, in 2005, General Arts was literally inundated, and I'm not making a pun here, with garbage bags full of textiles. And I worked with my daughter Lee, who is also here, and we saw every color mold and mildew that you could possibly think of, and worked very diligently to try to get as much of this stuff conserved as quickly as possible, because we didn't open up until October, and the storm was August the 28th. We worked on and have preserved, happily, church banners and flags from the Ninth Ward. And some 4 years later, we are still doing insurance claim work from Katrina. Now we're getting insurance claim work from Hurricane Ike and Gustav, which slammed us very badly last year. In some cases, what is brought to us is all that is left of people's histories and their lives. Recently, one man started crying in our studio when he brought in a needlepoint chair seat that his wife had embroidered. She died during the storms, and the chair perished that held the needlepoint piece. After we finished the piece, though, our client decided to frame it and was happy with the work we were able to do for that. Now, another special project that my husband and I worked on is Bell Alliance Plantation. It's located in the heart of sugarcane country between Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and after 10 years of preservation, we just don't give up. We've done a lot of work, and recently we received the Phoenix Award from the Louisiana Endowment for the Humanities and Foundation for Historic Louisiana on restoring this. This house had a huge hole in the roof. It was riddled with termites. So, of course, what's going through your mind right now is, why did you want to do this? Well, I'm a preservationist, and to me it was not too different from working on a tapestry for several years. I thought it would take 3 years. Wrong. But we have a sense of success and satisfaction. My husband and I were married there with a lone light bulb and danger tape all around the plantation where you couldn't step, and we didn't want anybody falling through the floor. We thought when we finished this project that we would be open to the public for special events, for dinner parties, for antiques forums, and other such things. But that didn't turn out the way we thought it would. Our world was turned upside down, literally, by Katrina. I will tell you that the house does withstand 120 miles an hour winds, and with the pressure of the wind and the 18 chimneys that are in the house and the mantle clocks going off at the same time, it is absolutely terrifying. But the house has survived. The walls are 16 inches, and it was built in 1846. It has 22 rooms. It's 15,000 square feet, including porches, verandas, and decks. And we don't stay there. We don't live there. It's too big. It's too big. We need a huge staff. But we have restored it, and we are rethinking our special project of Bell Alliance Plantation and what to do with an 1846 house. Y'all come down and see us.